Hi guys, and thank you for tuning in to Gloryfall Interactive here on Light Network, a resource for you and your worship team to become better musicians and worship leaders. Today we're working on Alive by Alexander Pappas and Aiden King. The song is originally done in the key of E. Today we're doing it in the key of G. We're going to give you tips on how to approach this song and use it in a time of worship.
The chord progression is a repeating E minor, G over B, C, and then C, E minor, and then a D. Now you can't play chords like that in this song, so I had to follow one of the synthesizers that I was hearing. So I had to play octaves. Octaves is an interval where the distance is 8 notes. So for example, E. So the 8th note would be the same name as that E. So E and then another E. So to play an octave, you play it like this. So following the rhythm of the song and the chord progression, it sounds like this. And then so to play the octaves properly, you have to make sure that you're actually muting the middle string of the guitar. So if you are playing for example, a C octave, you need to make sure that the string in the middle is not ringing. So it sounds like this. So it gives it a percussive sound which is unique to the guitar. You can hear that from players like Wes Montgomery or Eric Johnson.
A chordal technique can be applied on this song, especially on the parts wherein you don't just need to play it one note at a time. So the technique goes like this. It's the note itself and the third note from that note. Just do it, just play it the same time. So for the chord E minor, I play it like this, and then the third of that note at the same time, then a B minor, then a C, then an E minor D. Goes like this. For this song, since the bass line is pretty much repetitive, you can just go with one note at a time, plucking the strings instead. There are parts that you can give emphasis, like the chorus parts or the intro part. Most likely you can apply that chordal technique. One more thing, another technique that you can apply is the palm muting technique. The part wherein the song goes down, you can do a technique like this. It sounds like this. It's pretty amazing. It sounds like an old bass, a double bass. So it sounds muffled. However, with the band, it creates a different sound. So that technique you can also use.
Alive is basically a very electronic song. So let's understand that when the song was recorded, they employed the use of an arpeggiator. And what that is, it's a device that basically puts out a rhythm so that you don't have to repeatedly press on the keyboard trying to frantically catch up with the rhythm of the song. The arpeggiator that I use for this one is basically one that's found on a few keyboards that we use, but not all keyboards will be able to have this facility. So in the event that there is no arpeggiator in your keyboard, you can still perform this song, or you can still use this song by doing rhythmic patterns with the keyboard itself. You can use the usual piano, or if you want, you can also use an electronic piano or an EP to make it sound more close to what the original sound is all about. And what that is going to sound is like this.
cool thing you can do if you have these kind of like dance 4 on the floor, 4 on the bass drum type patterns with 8th notes on the hi-hat is bring the left hand up to fill in some 16th notes, offbeat 16th notes on the hi-hat. And so here would be the basic pattern. And basically what we're going to do is every 2E and the is come up with the left hand. And so here it is, slow it down. And so you can throw in a couple extras if you want, and it's just a nice way to add some flavor to it. And so you can utilize that in this song. The thing to take note of is that the verses actually go to a quarter note in the hi-hat. And this is a triggered kind of an electronic drum, so you just do your best to copy it and make it feel like what you're hearing. And so the verse groove is essentially this. Now, pounding out quarter notes, which is what that is, you have to be careful. So practice it to a click, practice it to the track, make sure it feels good. Take note that every 4 bars it has a variation on it that sounds like this, and I'll play the variation twice in a row now. So it has those doubles on the snare that you can put in. The chorus and the other parts of the song essentially deal with this accented pattern. So we have 2 variations of how we play that. So that's for like the UR part. And then the next part is straight 16ths, but we'll pull out still that same accenting pattern, and that would sound like this. So I mean, this song is all about just keeping this pumping groove going, so definitely pull out the grooves, most especially the grooves. Practice them to a metronome, make sure they're solid.
It's important to understand the background of the songs we sing, and also very important to have scriptural verses supporting the songs that we sing and use in a time of worship. For Alive, Galatians 2:20, "For I have been crucified with Christ. I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me." Truly, there is no life apart from Christ. If we want to truly experience life to the fullness, it can only be done through Jesus Christ.
My eyes follow in your ways, forever free in an ending grace. 'Cause you are my freedom. Will lift you higher, Your love, never ending. Oh, you are alive in us. Nothing can take your place. You are all we need. Your love has set us free. You are my freedom. We lift you higher.
We hope this has been helpful for you. Remember, as we strive for excellence, it's not about performance, it's about worship. Make Gloryfall Interactive your resource for worship leading. You can do this by connecting with us through Facebook, facebook.com/gloryfall, or our website, gloryfall.net. You can ask us any questions you might have about worship or about how to play a song, and we'll do our best to help you get the answer.
Your love has set us free. You are alive in us. Nothing can take your place. You are all we need. Your love has set us free.
Thank you for watching Gloryfall Interactive here on Light Network, working with you for excellence.